Anglo American has suspended hiring globally. That's as the miner gets plans underway to simplify itself and build value, and in so doing fend off a $43 billion takeover bid by BHP. Anglo employs about 60,000 staff globally, of which slightly more than half are based in South Africa. Nampax reduced its portfolio. The packaging group has agreed to sell Bevcan Nigeria in a deal worth $68.5 million. The sale forms part of Nampak's turnaround strategy, and the proceeds will be used to repay existing debt. Karooooo has reported a strong performance. During the year to end February, earnings per share grew 24%, while operating profit rose 18% to a record 1 billion rand. The firm has attributed this to a stellar performance from Cartrack. Looking ahead, Karooooo believes the group is positioned for growth as demand for its offerings is set to increase. Resilient, that's how Afrimat has described its annual results. The mid-tier mining and materials company has posted a 24% jump in earnings. It says this is due to its robust diversification strategy. A final dividend of 154 cents per share has been declared. The company has noted its acquisition of Lafarge SA as a positive driver going forward. Afrimat says it's an exciting project that is expected to deliver good results in the future. Barloworld has warned of a profit slump. The industrial conglomerate says half-year headline earnings per share are likely to be between 24 and 27% lower. This reflects the unbundling and separate listing of Zeda on the JSE, as well as the disposal of the firm's logistics business. Barloworld will open its books on the 27th of May. Copper 360 has appointed Shirley Hayes as executive chair with immediate effect. She was previously non-executive chair. The company says the change comes as the commissioning of 2 plants at Copper 360's mining operations will demand significant focus from the incumbent executive team. Hayes has been mandated by the board to oversee the capital requirements for the Rietberg mine and the accompanying move into production at the works. With SA's election nearing, Komati villagers claim they are caught in the ANC's struggle to balance a coal-driven economy with global decarbonization commitments. Here's more in this package report.
As South Africa's election approaches, the ruling African National Congress is walking an energy tightrope, one that passes through villages like Komati. It sits in the shadow of a now shut-down power plant. The facility is undergoing a green makeover. That's as South Africa tries to balance its global commitments to decarbonize with its struggle to keep the lights on.
Komati was a place of happiness, of life. It had life in it.
Dumisani Mpungose was laid off from his maintenance job at the plant and says he now can't pay support for his 9-year-old daughter.
It's really dull now. It's dull. There's no way we can make it a place to stay. We're just here because we have no choice now.
Years of mismanagement, corruption and neglect have crippled state utility Eskom. Near-daily blackouts have hampered growth in a country with one of the world's highest unemployment rates. But South Africa also relies on coal for 80% of its power generation. It is one of the world's biggest producers of carbon emissions. Under the Paris Climate Agreement, South Africa has committed to cut those emissions to between 350 and 420 million metric tons annually by 2030. That's from 442 million this decade. Komati is a blueprint for how this is supposed to be done. Eskom is installing 370 megawatts of solar, wind and battery storage.
Everything works.
Thevan Pile is the station's managing director.
Komati will move into renewables as part of Eskom's drive with the 2035 strategy to drive renewable energy and minimize the carbon emissions.
Pile says they will prove this approach can work and will change people's mindsets. But with an election fast approaching, South Africa's power problems and the economic fallout are top issues. The ANC is expected to lose its parliamentary majority in the May 29th vote for the first time since the country's first multiracial election 3 decades ago. Mpumalanga province, where Komati is located and part of the country's coal belt, is an ANC stronghold. But party campaign worker Poppy Vilakazi says this time around she's been getting a decidedly frosty reception.
We go door to door. And yes, we still have a full members of supporters, but mostly they are angry. They feel that ANC let them down by allowing this power station to close.
And it's not just the public. Some of the ANC's own ministers have piled on the criticism, labelling Komati's closure a disaster and a mistake. South Africa's energy transition also comes with a hefty bill, potentially up to $46 billion. South Africa has turned to the US and wealthy European countries who have pledged $8.5 billion in financing. Most of it is loans.
Mpumalanga is where the coal is.
But for Vilakazi, the biggest cost will be carried on the shoulders of the people of Mpumalanga. If you take away the coal, she says, most people will be unemployed, and Mpumalanga will be the poorest of the poor.